Hello my students, today we will read the rest of the part from the chapter 11, the composition of the atmosphere, the structure of atmosphere. From that chapter, the layers of the atmospheres, today we will read that. According to the composition of the gases, the atmosphere is divided into two layers. One is the homosphere, another one is the heterosphere. So in the homosphere, it is extend from the Earth's surface to 80 kilometers. Here in the homo means the same. So here the different gases, all gases of the atmosphere, different all gases ratio is same. Here the concentration of the molecules of the gases also are the same, and the composition of air is uniform. For that reason, this is the homosphere, and from the layers of the atmosphere, in the homosphere there are the three. One is troposphere, stratosphere, and another one is the mesosphere. So firstly, in the homosphere, what is happening? The Earth's surface, from the Earth's surface to 80 km, its extension. Next is the different gases ratios are same. The concentration of the molecule gases same throughout the whole sphere. And the concentration, the composition of the air is the uniform here. And another thing, that is the well mixed turbulent. It is the in this layer there is a well mixed turbulent. So these are the homosphere. So now next is the heterosphere. What is happening in the heterosphere? Firstly, the extension kilometer is 80 kilometer to 10,000 kilometer. That is the extension kilometer. Next is the ratio of the different gases are different. In this layer, the ratio of the different gases are different. And in this layer where all the gases separate out by the molecules diffusion. By the molecules diffusion. And in the gases, and this diffusion is all time according to the increase according to the altitude. Increase according to the altitude. So here these are the difference between the heterosphere and the homosphere. In the heterosphere it is from the 80 km to 10,000 km, and here the ratio of different gases are the different, and where all the gases in this layer, where all the gases separate out by the molecules diffusion and increasing according to the altitude. And here these are the layers. First is the thermosphere, and another one is the exosphere. So here are the two different layers according to the composition of the gases, different layers of the atmosphere. Now next is the according to the structure of the atmosphere, how many layers we have to read that one. According to the structure of the atmosphere, in your book there are given the 4 layers, but actually there are the 5 layers. Troposphere, Stratosphere, Mesosphere, Thermosphere, Exosphere. But I am explaining here all the spheres, but in your book Mesosphere is not there, so you no need to read that one. First start with the Troposphere. What is happening in the Troposphere? Troposphere extending kilometer of the Troposphere is from the Earth's surface. Every kilometer is calculating from the Earth's surface. So here I am not writing the Earth's surface, only I am writing the kilometer. That is the Troposphere extending kilometer is from the Earth's surface to the 14 to 16 kilometer. Actually, in different places, in your book, different book, in the net, you will see the different kilometers. Kilometers almost nearer, but the different. So it's a 14 to 16 kilometers. It's extending near the pole. It's a 8 kilometer, and near the equator it's 14 kilometer, 14.5 kilometer. Okay. So next is the tropo. That means, sorry, here it's a little wrong. So tropo, that word means the mixing or the turbulence. So turbulence means the mixing. And next is the oxygen. All of the important gases we can see in the troposphere. So maximum of the carbon dioxide, oxygen and the carbon dioxide gases are here in this layer. One another thing is happening here. The temperature is decreasing. Temperature is decreasing here according to with the altitude. With the altitude, here temperature is decreasing. Different layer temperature is in the some layer temperature is increasing, some layer in the temperature is decreasing. Here temperature is decreasing. So what is the rate of the temperature decreasation? That is the 6.4 degree centigrade per kilometer, or 1 degree centigrade per 165 meter. That is the rate of the temperature increasation of the troposphere. Next is here the pressure. the sea level, near the sea level, its pressure is the maximum. And the near the sea level is the maximum, and with the altitude it's a decreasing. The pressure also it's a decreasing. With altitude. So these are happening here. I have to, okay, here I am writing, later I will clean that. Sorry. All the weather phenomena are happening here. These are the happening here, and in this layer here the water cycle and the wind also happening. Wind also occurs here in this layer, and here the weather phenomena is happening because of the presence of the aerosol and the water vapor. And now the question is, what is the aerosol? Aerosol is a fine particles, fine solid particles you can say, or the water droplets. And the three very common aerosols are volcanic ash, sea salt, and these are the main, and the dust. These are the main aerosols. So this is the troposphere. Now here you cannot write. So next is the stratosphere, that is extend up to 50 km from the Earth's surface. In the stratosphere, the temperature is increasing along with the altitude. Here temperature is decreasing, here temperature is increasing. So in the lower part of this stratosphere, temperature is almost constant, and it is the minus 80 degrees centigrade in the lower part, and the upper part temperature is reached up to the 0 degree to 4 degree centigrade. And here in the stratosphere, what is happening? Strato means, the strato word, that means the level or the layer. And in the stratosphere, another thing is there. The speciality of the stratosphere is, here is no dust particles, no water vapor, for that reason here is no weather. And also no weather related disturbance and or the no weather phenomena. That is why here is all the aeroplane and the jet planes, they are running through this, flying through this atmospheric layer. And for that reason, for the no disturbance of the weather phenomena, no disturbance of the weather, that is why it is called the layer of calm. It is called the layer. The lower part of the stratosphere, the lower part, that is full of with the O3 gas. That is why this part is called the ozonosphere. Okay, so this ozonosphere is protect us from the ultraviolet ray which is coming from the sun, and for that ozonosphere the ultraviolet ray cannot come direct into the Earth's surface. So next is the mesosphere. Here first is the extending kilometer, that is from the 50 kilometer to the 85 kilometer. Here temperature again decreasing. Here the temperature steadily decreasing in this layer. Meso means the middle. So this layer is actually in the middle part of the all atmospheric structures. So in this layer, here the temperature is steadily decreasing, and here are all the meteors burns which are coming from the space. Their burns in this layer, all the meteors. Actually, if the mesosphere will be not there, then the meteors will become into the mesosphere, thermosphere. This sphere will be not there. Then the meteors will become into the direct. They will fall on the Earth's surface. So that will be harmful for our Earth. So next is the thermosphere. Extends from the 90 kilometer to the 1000 kilometer. And next is the thermo means the heat. The thermo means the heat. Heat is the meaning of the thermo. Here the temperature is increasing very highly. Temperature almost reach 1450 degrees centigrade. Here in the thermosphere, some electrically charged particles are here. These are called ions, which are in the upper part, presence in the upper part of the thermosphere. So this upper part means the upper part of the thermosphere is called the ionosphere. And this is the layer which is ionized by the solar radiation. By the solar radiation. Next is for the presence of the ions here happening from the first, not only the ions and the electrons, they are enough to affect the for the propagation of the radio waves. For the presence of the thermosphere actually means for the presence of the ionosphere, which is the upper part of the thermosphere, we can listen the radio. And next is the different pattern of color lights we can see in this layer, which are called aurora. These are called aurora. These auroras we can see in the night sky, clear sky from the both pole. This is the thermosphere. And also one thing, that is here, like in the stratosphere, UV ray is absorbing by the ozonosphere. Here also the two rays also absorbing in this layer, that is X-ray and the gamma ray. These two rays also here, which are the absorbed. From the 1000 kilometer to the 10,000 kilometer, this layer is the exosphere. The exo means that is the outside. It is the uppermost layer of the atmospheric structure. Uppermost layer. And next is this layer is very thin layer. And also the airless. This layer is like the airless outer space. So these are the specifications of these layers: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and the exosphere. These are the layers of the structure of the atmosphere. Here is the structure of the atmosphere. This side is the height. Kilometer. This side is the temperature. Centigrade. So here, that is the troposphere. Next is the stratosphere. Next is the mesosphere. Thermosphere. Exosphere. Okay, so the lower part of the stratosphere is rich with ozone. That is called the ozonosphere. And the upper part of the thermosphere is rich with electrically charged particles. These are ions. That is why it is called ionosphere. Okay, so this is the structure of our atmosphere. Here in between two layers, here is a line. You can see in between two layers, each and every two layers. This line is called the pause. Pause means we know stop. Actually, this is the boundary zone. Boundary region, or you can say the transition zone. Here, what is happening? Between two layers, here the variable and also the overlapping. In this layer, what is happening? Each and every layer, we can see some characteristics of the troposphere. We can see some characteristics of the stratosphere. That is why that zone is called the overlapping. And in this pause actually Temperature is not increasing or not decreasing. Temperature is constant in these pores. Each and every 2 layers we can see these pores like tropopause, stratopause, mesopause, like that. Okay, so this is the structure of atmosphere. I hope you all of you have understand that. In the next class we will do the global warming. Thank you.